Peace, guys. How you guys doing? Um, I'm making this video to give a little bit of a background about myself on how I got to where I'm at. Self-published the book Phoenix's Journey of Poetry. Um, I've been a writer all my life. I've been writing since I was a little girl. Since I was like literally could write, I've been writing. And I've always written poetry. That was my light out of many dark places. And a lot of my poetry is dark and real and raw and unapologetic. And it took me a long time to even get people to read my poetry because it was so personal and didn't want to be judged or criticized on something that was so intimate to me. So for a long time, I had just wrote for me. And then I found myself in a really, really jacked up place. Like, in 2016, the majority of pretty much 2016, I was homeless. I got evicted from my apartment in December. I decided to allow my oldest son to reside with my mother, and I decided to have my youngest son reside with his father. And I figured, if I let them go stay with the two safest people that I know would take care of my children the way I would take care of them, or at least the closest thing to it, then I could just focus on getting some money up, getting a job, finding another apartment for us, and, going from there. And I didn't realize how depressed I was. I became really, really depressed just because I didn't have my kids. And when I was in the shelter, all I would do is write and write and write and write. And within 2 months, I had a book. And a lot of people didn't really understand why I was moving the way I was moving. A lot of people just kept pushing me, go get a job and, you know, you're a CNA, you can find work anywhere. And, I was exhausted and tired of working as a thankless job. You know, being a CNA is hard on your body. And I just really wasn't in the mental space to kind of deal with all of the nonsense that goes on in nursing homes. I mentally was not there. I was so off and so depressed that I even allowed them to put me on medication. After a couple of medications, excuse me, I realized that this was not for me at all. And I decided to take the holistic approach and for a certain time period, stop taking the medication and continue to bust my ass with my book. And one of the main reasons why I decided to put a book out was because I had always dreamed as a little girl to be a self published author, and I didn't have my children. However, I also knew that if I wasn't going to do it at any other time, then it would never be done. It had to be right then and there when I didn't have my children so that they knew that mommy wasn't partying, mommy wasn't playing around, mommy was doing exactly what she tell y'all to do all the time, which is go for your dream. I can't tell my children not to, I can't tell my children to follow their dreams and I don't go for it. At the same time, I wanted to have a legacy, something that, regardless whether I'm gone, someone kind of understood my pain. And my writing is that. It's the best way I know how to express myself without using violence. And I felt like my pain resonated with so many other brown girls in the urban community. So even if only one person brought my book, you know, I would have been satisfied. If no one brought my book, I still would have been satisfied because I did what I set out to do. And that was to be an author. And no one could ever take that away from me. And I self-published my first book in a whole shelter. Not a half a shelter, but a whole shelter. Okay, so can't nobody take that away from me. And it gives me a sense of pride when, my oldest son seems so intrigued on the fact that his mom wrote a freaking book. Also available on Amazon.com. No, seriously. The book was specifically made so that I could tell all of the little brown girls in the urban community, I hear your pain, baby. It screams to me loud like noise. Um, I think a lot of young girls in the urban community feel like they're all alone and they're by themselves and they're the only ones going through it, that no one will understand. Um, but my book is for them to read and for them to understand that I understand. You're not the only one going through it. And everyone will not be as brave to tell certain details about their past as I am. I will always say that I'm an open book. I don't apologize for that. What you see is what you get. Um, and that's just me. I don't apologize for it anymore. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of how I came up with my first book, Phoenix's Journey of Poetry, available on Amazon.com. Facebook, LaMecca Butler. Instagram, Miss Phoenix 16. If you like this, please subscribe for more YouTube. I'm sorry. Please subscribe for more videos. Stay blessed. Peace.